After a night of rain, it's finally clearing up. And I can't wait to go out and explore. I don't have any hard plans for today, but I think I should go inland towards the mountains because that's always fun. And I am standing by the water in Våge, the little community on the island of Tysnes. It's a beautiful place. It's also a popular hangout in July because they are going to have a big, not a party, but a festivity in just a couple of weeks. So if you are in the area, bring your boat and come on over. That was a tiny little car. Many of these cars are hybrids. They are also electric. I don't know what it is, but people in Norway love hybrids. Okay, how do I cross the street? No cars to the right and no cars to the left. I think I'm safe. Suddenly I see stairs. I can't resist. Let's go up. They're made of wood in traditional old school Norwegian way. But this is a pretty building. Now I can clearly see it. 1923. Earlier it was impossible to read those numbers. Anyway, this is nice. We are above everything but the water. This could have been built maybe early 1900s, or they're all probably building, the more I think on it, that could be from the late 1800s. But if you look across the bay, that's the original Tysnes, where the Vikings established a community 1,000 years ago. And that's a fact. People have been around for a long time on this island. You are looking at one of the two stores, grocery stores they have in town. This is one of them. And if you go down to the left in that direction, there is another one, including a gas station. Let's see, how many pumps? 1, 2, and 3. 3 pumps in this town. And a second store. Just keep in mind, if you are coming to this part of Norway, I don't know if this is for the entire country, but at least on this island, if you want to have a beer on a Sunday, they don't sell it. You cannot buy beer on a Sunday. And it's also time restricted during the week. Saturday is also a little bit different than Monday through Friday. That's the political game they play in Norway. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they do it like that. I mean, if it has 1 drop of alcohol in it, they can't sell it to you. What kind of concept is that? That is so ridiculous. Anyway, that's my opinion. Maybe you think it's good. We don't care. We just enjoy, because you can fill up your trunk with beer any other day. So don't worry. Don't give up. I can't skip the church, because after all, most smaller communities in Norway will have a church somewhere in town. And they are also built in the same style. It's usually wood and white and one tower. There are of course exceptions, but you are looking at a typical church from this region in Norway. The church was originally built way out there across the water on the other side. But a long time ago it was not practical for the people in town in this direction to walk all the way out and then out to this peninsula you see on the other side. So they decided to move it. And this is the new location. It was moved a long time ago, but still, because the church was originally built in the 1800s. I am going to stop because I will show you something. Take a look at this one. The little bridge going over the stream. You don't see this every day, and I can tell you one thing, this was built a long time ago. It is pretty. And in this area there are sheep everywhere. That's what people are doing. And you can clearly hear them. It's a nice area, it's just fantastic. And the water is coming from the mountain top almost. And the cliffs are steep, by the way. And they are running away. Don't be scared. Oh yeah, this is the way in. It's hard for animals to cross this one unless they are smart enough to walk on the side. I mean, I could barely pass. Let me see, maybe I can see this bridge from another angle. It's always fascinating, and I'm almost crashing. I'm not like a sheep, I can barely walk. I should be down there. Okay, I have to turn the camera off, otherwise I will end up in the stream. I made it. And now you can see how they built it. Wow, that is so cool. Look at this. It will last another 1,000 years, right? The old bridge over the stream. That is the very best you can find. A solid architecture from hundreds of years ago. I'm feeling the ancient spirits in the area. The guys who built it, you did a pretty good job. And then under the new highway, they just added a couple of pipes so the water can go down to the ocean. The weather turned out to be good. Even though you have a few clouds, the sun still managed to shine. Okay, let's continue on this highway. And the next, like I said, the next community will be Lunde. And we're going to pass that quickly and then go up to Gjermundshamn and take the ferry to the other side. I am super excited. You need to be careful on these smaller roads because there could be a bus coming or a tractor or motorcycles. And the beep again. For some reason this car is beeping every time you pass one of these traffic signs. Oops, like I said, it's a big truck. And the store is coming up in a second. Go in and check it out. They are trying to be funny because they are writing something silly up there. They say byman och bonde, välkommen till Lunde. Yeah, it's not sorry guys, I can't translate that, but yeah, it's funny. And anyway, there is one pump, so you can fill up regular gas or go in and grab maybe licorice, because in Sweden, Finland and Norway people love licorice. And you can tell if you're a foreigner because they don't like it. Unless you grew up with that, they don't eat it, okay? So that's the test. Buy a box of licorice, give it to someone, and if they love it, they are from this country or Sweden or Finland. Maybe Germany. Yeah, the main street. Not too much traffic, and later on in the evenings it's even less. But how can you be less than nothing? I don't know. This is not the ocean. There is a small lake in Lunde, and there are plenty of water lilies. It's a beautiful, quiet community. I have passed this lake 100 times without stopping. This is honestly the first time I stopped. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to show you guys how pretty it is. If you go in, there is a little road. If you go in and drive down a little bit, you will be by the ocean in a minute. It's time to cross the Hardangerfjord, and I do it with this ferry. And then on the other side I will continue to drive inland. And they are scanning your license plate, because that's how you pay. In reality, you don't pay until they send you a bill. We are not leaving yet because it's charging time. They only need a few minutes to basically get enough power so they can get across the fjord. There is a chance we have to do a second stop, because you see these two cars? They backed in while the other cars went straight to the front. So we'll see. It could happen. Goodbye, Gjermundshamn. See you next time. I have a feeling we are doing a U-turn in the ocean to be able to go to this island you see in the middle. And then eventually we go to the other side. This is the first time I experience a U-turn. All right, this is cool. And the propeller is working hard. Norway is a country full of mountains, glaciers and water. And you will also find waterfalls everywhere, in every little community. And there is one behind the camera, so let's take a look. This is not a big one, it's more like a cascade type of waterfall, but still, take a look. This is nice. It's just pouring down into the ocean. And to give you a feeling of the size of this, let me back up and show you the cars and the road for the right perspective. And there should be an entry point under a bridge going out in the ocean. This is coming from the glacier that you can't see, the Våge glacier on top of this mountain. You can clearly see how the fjord is going deeper and deeper inland, and it's surrounded by tall mountains. And it's amazing that the ice made all this when it retracted many years ago. It's also hard to build roads in Norway because there is simply no space. The roads are following fjords, they are narrow, and here and there they make tunnels to make it easier to go around the corners, so to speak, because there are many corners. And this is a fish farm. I just think it's salmon. I don't know if they farm anything else. But you can see them, especially in this fjord. They are doing their best to make this wider. And of course it looks like the road can just go out in the ocean anytime. And they had to blow away most of this mountain. If you like fishing, I can recommend you to try that in Norway. There is plenty of fish in the ocean. I am lucky because it was raining earlier, but for some reason it stopped as soon as I parked. And we are going to take a look at the famous waterfall. It's called Steinsdalsfossen. And there is a beautiful bridge from 1908 crossing the river. And this attracts a lot of people. Tourists come to this place from all over the world. It's a massive amount of water coming down every second. And of course, they set up a souvenir shop. And I suspect they sell a lot of stuff. Jackets, souvenirs, sweaters, even Viking helmets, and of course ice cream. What makes this waterfall unique is that you can walk behind it. How many times have you done that? You walk up this pathway and you will be between the mountain and the water. That's interesting. Coffee and souvenirs. That sounds fantastic. I need a cup of coffee. I wonder if they still have it. But that's not the reason I came here, so we need to take a look at the waterfall first. Let's go behind it. Wow, look at this guy. A massive tractor. All right, let's go back to the mission. It's definitely impressive. I will let the camera roll because it's just noisy. This is definitely a unique waterfall. This is wild. Look at this. Unbelievable. It's like it's raining, but it's not. And this will be a nice finish of this day, looking at this famous waterfall. And the valley below. I can only say one thing, this is cool. I wish you could see it yourself. Behind the waterfall, okay?